Hey guys, it's Angel. I wish I could buy you all your very own glitter rainbow pony, but you'll just have to settle for this tutorial using the My Little Pony collection from China Glaze. I mean, it's not that terrible, right? China Glaze was nice enough to send me this collection, and when I unboxed it on Snapchat, I got a lot of snaps asking when I was going to use it, so I figured I'd better make it my next video. There's a little bit of everything in this collection: a silver hollow from a mainstream brand? What? That never happens. Some creams, shimmers, a matte polish, flaky toppers, and hollow glitter jellies. I went with a unicorn theme for my video because if I'm going to be a pony, I'm going to be a unicorn pony, damn it. For my base coat, I used OPI Natural Nail Base Coat. On my pinky, I used One Polish Pony, and China Glaze describes this as a dashing turquoise frost, but I'd say it's more of a shimmer than a frost. And I usually find polishes that have this type of shimmer, they usually have a little bit of a thicker formula, and this one definitely does, but it's not like thick in that it's hard to apply. I thought it applied nicely, and it was opaque in 2 coats. This one's really pretty. On my ring nail, I used Sweet as Pinkie Pie, described as a bubbly pastel pink cream, and I'd say it's kind of a warmer tone, and it's not really reminiscent of a spring pastel shade, which tend to be a little bit more lighter and paler in color. And the formula reminds me of the China Glaze pastels that I reviewed this past spring. I will link that video down below. It was opaque in 2 coats, and I thought it had a nice plush type of formula, which is a little bit thicker but not thin, just kind of medium. I'm not making any sense. And then on the rest of the nails, I applied 1 coat of Twinkle Tea Glow Up, which is a great 1 coat white because I'm going to be doing some dry brush technique over this. Doing the dry brush technique can get a little bit messy, so I'm applying some liquid latex. This is Bundle Monster Poly Peel. This is a great technique for beginners because you really can't mess it up, but one of the keys for me is to make sure that you wipe off all the excess polish on the brush and then pick up just a little bit. And then using just a little bit of pressure, swipe across the nail, and then you just go back in for a little bit more polish and then make another swipe. Then I decided to switch colors. Here I'm using the pink Sweet as Pinkie Pie again, making sure to really get that polish off the brush. You can overlap the colors if you want, or even change direction of your swipes, but I decided to just try to cover up all of the white with my swipes and make them a little bit more distinct from each other. I thought the yellow would look really cute with the other colors. This is Kill 'em with Kindness, a whimsical soft yellow cream. And then I filled in the rest of the white areas with the yellow. And like I mentioned earlier, this is such a good technique for beginners because you can't really mess it up. And even if you're like, I don't really like the way this looks, you can just be like, I totally meant for it to look like this. And then I did the same technique on my index and thumbnail, and I tried to switch up the placement of the colors to make them look a little bit different than the other nails so they weren't just exact copies of each other. And then I was going to leave the liquid latex on because I'm going to do some stamping over this, but sometimes if you leave the polish on there to dry, it kind of rips off in sections, so I was like, I'll just apply it again. But then I was like, well, since I'm here, might as well do some cleanup. I'm using my number 6 brush from Twinkle Tea and 100% acetone. And then I realized I liked the way this looked without anything else added because it was giving me a Golden Girls vibe. Does it not scream 80s decor to you? But I could not just leave it like that, so I decided to add Hey Girl Hey, which is a unicorn flaky topper. And I'm looking at my sheet here, and China Glaze describes this as a celestial holographic glitter. What? China Glaze? What are you even talking about? This is not holographic. But at least it's pretty, so I can forgive them. But I can't forget. I'll forgive you, but never forget. To prep for stamping, we need more liquid latex because you can just never have enough. And then for my stamping, I used the uber popular Unicorn Love stamping plate from Uber Chic Beauty. See what I did there? This is quite possibly the most adorable stamping plate that has been made. It is so cute. I can't stand it. For my black stamping polish, I used Vibing from Twinkle Tea along with their extra large stamper. I actually have 2 videos where I reviewed Twinkle Tea stamping polishes. I will link them down below. And I went with some stars for my index nail because my name is TwiStar. And I don't care if that's cringy. I don't. And for my middle nail, I picked the I Believe in Magic stamp, and I wish I had like a clever Chris Angel or David Blaine joke, but I don't have one. I'm not that good. And I just realized how unnecessary this liquid latex was here, but better safe than sorry. And for my ring nail, I wanted a little pony. Oh, kill me. And to remove the excess stamps on the stamper, I just used a piece of Scotch tape, and no matter how hard I tried, I could not get the details to show up on the horn. So this one has a black horn. I don't know, maybe she's an emo unicorn. I thought she deserved a little bit more detail because she is too cute, so I decided to do some reverse stamping, which is basically just filling in the stamp with some polish or paint or acrylic, whatever you decide to use. Here I'm just using a very fine detail brush from Winstonia, and this is the white polish Glow Up from Twinkle Tea. That is a pretty luxurious mane she's got going on, and I thought it'd be cute to bring in some of the other colors from the mani. So this is the blue turquoise color, and I had to go kind of slowly to make sure I wasn't painting out of the lines. You gotta think, this is like a centimeter big. I was like squinting at this point. And then I gave her little blue magical hooves. I originally wanted the other color to be pink in her mane, but then I realized that I was putting this on top of the pink nail, so I had to give her yellow. But I think it ended up looking really cute. The yellow and the blue look really good together. And then when you're done, you can just flip the clear stamper over and check to see if there's any spots that you missed. God, I love clear stampers. And then I let it dry for a few more minutes, but I made sure that it wasn't completely dry because then the tackiness of the polish will help it to stick to the nail. So you don't even have to take it off or make a decal or anything as long as that polish is just a touch wet. A couple spots on the tail were kind of sticking up a little bit, so I just patted them down to make sure that they were attached. And then on the pinky nail, I wanted to add some more stars to match the index nail, and I decided to do a little bit more reverse stamping. And these stars were so small that I didn't even know where I was painting at this point. I was just hoping, crossing my fingers that I was getting it in those lines. And since the pinky nail was the blue color, I decided to go with the pink and yellow stars. And I let them dry for a couple minutes, and then I could just place them onto the nail. And then I repeated this, how many more times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times? And then for this one, I thought it was like super slick, and I could just like put part of the stamper on the nail, get that one off, and then move the stamper over and place the other star a little higher up. But that was almost a disaster. Luckily, I saved it. Thank you, My Little Pony gods. And then one more little baby star because I knew that blank spot was just going to kill me if I didn't add it. Then I was all finished and I could add my top coat here. I'm using Super Chic Lacquer Liquid Macro Top Coat, and like I always say when I'm doing stamping, I like to apply a heavy bead of polish and then float the brush over the nail to prevent smearing. And I only had smearing on my pinky nail, and I think it was because I did not let that pinky nail dry long enough because the others were completely dry and there was no smearing to be seen. So that completes my unicorn nails featuring the My Little Pony collection from China Glaze, and I can't even lie, I was so excited when China Glaze contacted me asking if they could send me this collection because of 2 reasons. One, I watched the original My Little Pony cartoon when I was a little girl and I loved it so much. It was just so me, and I'm a huge China Glaze fan, so that's like 2 really cool things together. What? And I could review it on my channel? Crazy. Thank you so much, China Glaze. And you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at @twi_star. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Guys, I just got the best PR package ever. The China Glaze My Little Pony collection. Oh, I can't wait to open this. I don't know what kind of pony this is. I'm gonna have to look up that breed, but let's open her up. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's even a little toy.
Okay, I love that they included a color swatch wheel so I can see all of them. They have so many finishes. There's a hollow, kind of like a flaky, some creams, shimmers, some jelly glitters. This pink one's matte. It's got a little bit of shimmer, and then like some, ooh, vampy. The custom caps are so cute. Kindness, magic, generosity, loyalty, laughter. Oh my god, I watched original. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Snapchat, but it seems to be deleting all of my damn snaps. Jack, what do you think of Snapchat being a bunch of garbage? Are you looking at these nail polishes? What do you think? Do you like My Little Pony? My Little Kitty? My Little Jackie? So, Jack found her new home. Hey, look at you! You fit so perfect. There's padding. I'm just gonna ship you back to China Glaze. Yeah, you want to go back to China Glaze? You want to go to China Glaze? You like being annoyed?